So the Ottawa Senators fall to the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1 in regulation last night, and I thought it was a pretty exciting, low-scoring game. And I think the Sens have been in a lot of those lately, and I think they're really proving that you don't need to have 8 to 7 games to make the games exciting, as Ottawa has shown so far. Just some lineup notes for this one. Brandstrom comes back from injury. Christian Wolanin comes out of the lineup. Matt Murray also back from injury. He replaces Marcus Hogberg, who would back up to Murray in this game. So those would be the only lineup changes. And throughout the first period, I thought this game was pretty even for the most part. I thought Ottawa had a few good chances. Much better first period for the Sens this game than last game against the Leafs. And I thought they controlled the Leafs' speed a lot better. They didn't let them gain the line as easily. They stood their D up more. And like I said, they didn't give Toronto's forwards as many easy entries. And they did a much better job of exiting their zone and not giving Toronto second and third cracks at keeping the puck in their end. Then with 2.2 seconds left in the first period, it appeared to be that the Leafs had broken the tie, and Joe Thornton looked like he had another goal. He was in all alone. He made a nice move. Matt Murray makes a great save on him, and then he pushes Murray's pad into the net. I knew right away that would be no goal. I saw the ref wave it off. Even before I saw the ref wave it off, I was like, hey, he pushed his pad and that's no goal. Everyone on Ottawa knew that was no goal. Even Joe Thornton knew that was no goal. I mean, he's a guy that's been around for a long time. Matt Murray said in his post-game interview, he was kind of joking around with him, saying, come on, Joe, you've been around for a long time now. You should know that's not a goal. And I'm sure Thornton was just pleading his case, but come on, even Joe Thornton knew that was not a goal. So it's 0-0 going into the second period, and the Leafs are kind of buzzing a little bit early. The Sens have some chances too. And then Joe Thornton looks like he gets a goal again. But then they wave it off again. So Thornton's 0 for 2 in this game. This time it's a high stick. He argued this one a little bit, not as much. I think he even kind of knew it was a high stick. The Leafs bench didn't argue it all that much either. So it's still 0-0. But then on the ensuing face-off, literally right after that disallowed goal, Austin Matthews gets one for the Leafs. I mean, Toronto was kind of buzzing a bit early on in that second period. So he gets his 14th of the season, assisted by Hull and Muzzin. It was almost kind of a carbon copy of, Riley in overtime, the other game where he had a chance to hit Matthews on the back door and he didn't. Hull doesn't make the same mistake. He passes it over. Matthews one-times it into the net. Again, it's a layup for a guy with his type of shot. It's 1-0 Leafs at this point. I thought the Sens did a good job of not sagging after that 1-0 goal. They kept going at the Leafs. It was kind of a back and forth period. I would give Toronto the slight edge in play for sure, especially later in that second period. But then with Toronto having a slight edge in play late in that second period, apparently Brady Kachuk scores his 5th of the season. I mean, as I'm recording this video right now, it's still his goal. And Chris Tierney and Josh Norris get the assist. That came at 18:51 into the second period. 1:09 left in the second. So Kachuk scores. I thought Matthews put it in his own net, Austin Matthews. And I thought maybe it would be Chris Tierney's goal, but it's Brady Kachuk's goal right now, and it's his 100th point apparently right now. So, I mean, they kept the goal with Kachuk, and I guess that's where they stand on it. So again, the Sens find themselves in a 1-1 game, something they've found themselves in a lot, it seems like recently, heading into the third period, and you're just hoping they can, pull off some Winnipeg magic like they did Saturday and find a way to get a win in this one. And while those first two periods I thought were kind of even, like I said, maybe the second slightly in favor of Toronto, that third period was all Toronto, start to finish pretty much. I mean, maybe the last 5 minutes Ottawa came on with a bit of a push, but man, right from the drop of the puck in that third period, the Leafs were on it. You could tell they really didn't want to lose this game. Ottawa looked like a team who was just content to be hanging in there with the Leafs, and the Leafs looked like a team who really wanted to win, and that's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's the difference between a team that expects to win and a team that expects to lose on most nights. For the Sens, I mean, they should have had more jump in that third period. And while as good as Toronto did play in that third, I thought Ottawa did feed into their game a lot by turning the puck over. Eric Gudbranson, I just want to point out, was brutal in this game. He had a lot of chances to get the puck out. He had a bad penalty too in the third, that high stick on Spezza, really needless penalty. He had chances to get the puck out, like I said. He turned it over. Goodbranson, well, he's been kind of solid on the defensive side of the puck. Like when he doesn't have the puck and he's defending the puck carrier, he's been okay with that so far this season. When that guy gets the puck on his stick and a chance to clear it, boy, I mean, he really makes it way more of an adventure than it has to be. Toronto would get another power play also in that third period as Zaitsev would take a penalty after a ton of sustained Toronto pressure. And I thought Ottawa did a really good job of killing off a dangerous Leafs power play and making that super dangerous Leafs power play not even look that. It didn't even look that threatening at times, I thought, for Toronto. I thought Ottawa did a really good job of, messing up their zone entries, making it hard for them to even get into the zone. The Sens did a really good job there. But what they didn't do a good job with was after the penalty had expired, they kill it off. Toronto keeps buzzing, chances to get it out again. Eventually the puck pops out to Alexander Kerfoot. He scores his third of the season, assisted by Muzzin and Brody. It's 2-1 for the Leafs. Matt Murray almost got it, went off his head, then the post, or off the post, then his head, and into the net or something like that. It's 2-1 Leafs. You just could feel that coming, and Toronto really did deserve to be ahead at that point in the game. After Toronto would forge ahead 2-1, Ottawa would get a power play. They would do absolutely nothing with that. Well, I said the Leafs power play didn't look all that threatening on their chance. The Sens power play looked just as, if not more, less threatening, I guess you could say. So for Ottawa, they really got to work on their power play. It's been something that's looking pretty bad, just like it did last season. And with them having more skill on their roster this year, you would expect them to have maybe more of a good power play, to zip it around more. I don't know, look like much more of a scoring threat than they have this season so far. So for the Sens, they really need to fix that. So Ottawa pulls the goalie with just under 2 to go. They get the extra attacker out there. They had a couple of chances. Brown had a good chance in the slot there. It was kind of blocked away though. But that was about it. The Leafs would hang on to win this one 2-1 in regulation. The Sens drop another tight, low-scoring game. They've essentially had 3 2-1 losses in regulation this month. I'm including the Edmonton 3-1 loss because that one was an empty net, but essentially 2-1 there as well. The Sens didn't have their best stuff in that third period. I still think they showed they could hang with a Toronto team that's really good. The Leafs just have so much speed and so much skill. Ottawa as a team, they need to increase their team speed, and Ryan Dzingel's going to help that, the addition of him. They need to increase it though even more because I don't know, they don't look fast. Maybe they play a style where they don't play fast too, so it makes even some of their faster skaters not look that fast. I remember that was kind of the knock when Babcock was the Leafs coach, that they have a really fast skilled team but they kind of play a slowish brand of hockey because Babcock was more of a defensive coach whereas Keefe's more of an offensive coach. But if you're Ottawa, you're not really that skilled. So you kind of have to play a defensive brand of hockey just because you don't want to be getting into a run and gun trading chances game with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, they'll win that game 10 out of 10 against not just the Sens, but almost anyone in the league as well. I thought Matt Murray looked really good in his return to the lineup. He made some big saves in there, and he really gave the Sens a chance to win this one. Unfortunately, they don't give him the run support again. But guys, those are my thoughts on this game. The Sens take on the Leafs again tonight. They have another chance at redemption here to hopefully beat the Leafs and hopefully, keep the goals against down to 2 or 1 or fewer and find a way to score some goals of their own. Continue to play well defensively, but find their offensive game a little bit here with some consistency because it seems like they have a big offensive night, then the well goes dry for a long time. They have some guys that they really need to get going. I know Batherson did score last game, but he's got to get some goals here, start producing more consistently. Josh Norris, same deal. He's got to do that as well. He's putting up some points, but he's got to start scoring some goals of his own. So let me know all that and more in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe and share this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.